Y'all know the name. dSource.
Yeah, I do it. Good. Chitty bang, Big Sean. They say I'm too fake. Fuck it, I'm paid. I can't even find an empty spot inside my safe. I got Cardi's on my eyes, Louis on my cage, lobster, shrimp, and calamari right here chilling on my plate. They tell me I'm on time, even when I'm late. Even if it's a lie, they say everything is great. I'm grabbing the fattest asses just to see him shake. I swear I'm too real to be living so fake.
Cause I'm just too fake for the world. All you know is just a game to me. I'm just too fake, you see. I wish I didn't have to be, but watch out. I got too much soul for the world. It's breaking my heart in two. Well, I got too much soul for you. I don't like it, but it's true.
Yeah, I know Sean, I swear that nigga ain't shit. Known him for forever, and he ain't on the same shit. It breaks my heart when all the kids be yelling, you the...
I was telling Kaliesha about the dreams I was having.
I was just about to say that.
You know, it's destiny, it's got...
My father,
Exactly.
my manager since day one,
Exactly.
and manager today, and no one else.
Got on and now you started acting different.
Alright, so Kaliesha, talk to us about being a world champion. How does it feel? You've been a world champion for a few months now?
I guess I could say that before I was like just another girl in the gym, and then as soon as I got that world title, like a lot of coaches and a lot of fighters were looking at me at a whole nother level. It was almost as if to say they were like, wow, a woman can become a world champion too, and right before my eyes, even though she's a woman, she's a world champion. And it's something that a lot of people, you know, don't do in their career, or it's really hard to achieve. So I've noticed a lot more recognition and a lot more respect from different angles, different types of people.
But it was a long time coming.
But it was a very long time coming.
It was a long, hard road.
12 years, 9 months, and 23 days.
Yeah, and quite a few disappointments. So
and a lot of disappointments.
Like sweetness.
A lot of disappointments in the amateurs.
Sweet it is, but we want to keep it sweet.
A lot of runner-ups in the amateurs, but I was still in the finals.
She learned her lessons.
You learn from your losses.
The Vanessa Warriors of the amateurs.
How about you, Juan? I heard you kind of got a little bit emotional there.
Oh,
after Kaliesha got her first title.
Well, they used to call me Lionheart in the Navy, so Kaliesha knows. You know, I cried on Justin Bieber. You know, I got a big heart. You know.
Yeah, he cried on Mighty Joe Young.
Yeah, so at that moment, that was probably the most touching moment of my life right there. You know, I was really proud of my little baby girl getting the world title. You know, that made me feel, you know, satisfied in my career for accomplishing something, and that something in my life was at one time a world title. You know, I was on a mission to win a world title. All these fighters I trained, I told them, I said, I can care less how much money you make or how much money you got. All I want is a world title. I want to make a champion that wins a world title, and it just so happened to be my daughter. You know, that made it sweet. It totally completed me. You know, before the world title, you know, I was telling Kaliesha about the dreams I was having.
I was just about to say that.
You know, it's destiny. It's gotta happen. It's gonna happen. You know, when me and Kaliesha fight, it's a unit. It's one unit. It's as one. It's like a spirit going in there to battle every fight, every single fight, and it's like a miracle come true. It's a miracle that happened with her winning the world title. You know, so.
How about you, Kaliesha? Talk to us about that journey. I mean, how much of it was you wanting to do this for your dad after everything he's done for you?
I didn't really care about my dad. No, I'm just joking. What I know, just like he said before my fight, he was mentioning, you know, how special it was and how it was in his dream, and he was telling me about how important this fight was to him, and to me it was the same thing, because I remember I promised him when I was young, you know, that I would be the one. I would bank on me, and I would be the one that would make it, and don't worry about those other fighters that leave you. You know, it's a part of the game. So it was more like I had something to prove, and at the same time, he had something to accomplish. And it's not only that, but I'm the type of person that I don't like losing. I don't like quitting, and I don't like losing.
She's stubborn.
So yeah, and I get it from him.
Stubborn.
I get it from him. So
she ain't going back.
so when I make a promise, I want to keep it no matter what, and I'm willing to die for whatever I promise.
And you definitely kept your promise. And Juan, you've handled so many fighters, and it's ironic that it's your daughter that gave you your first world championship. What is it with Kaliesha that's special about her? I mean, being your daughter aside.
Well, you know, through the history of my family history, you know, I was raised, mentored by my grandmother, who was an Olympian. You know, she was an All-American, and you know, her competitive drive and spirit is what, you know, she put into me, you know, and so I put that competitive drive and spirit into Kay, so that she could become a champion, because I knew and know what a champion was, and it happened to be in the female genes of the family. So I was like, well, you know, I might as well put 100% behind this girl, because the girls in the family, you know, really got what it takes to become champions, you know, proven first by my grandmother. So with that, you know, that was the extra push, because at first I don't want my daughter boxing. That's why I set her up for failure in her first fight. I was like, I don't want her boxing. I'm gonna give her a spanking in the ring, you know, put her in there with a girl 10 pounds heavier, you know, 3 pounds older, or 3 years older.
I didn't know any better.
2 years older, and she got a slack, and I wish I could dig up that tape, but she got smacked around, and after the fight,
we have the tape, but I'm hiding it.
She's sitting over there doing something like this, and I'm like, what was you saying? And that, you know, that statement that she said after that fight really touched my heart in a big way. Just like that championship fight, she told me, she said, I wanted a rematch. I'm like, wow, you just took a beating, you want a rematch.
Because see, the referee,
that's a fighter.
I was off balance, and I got an 8 count.
Now that's a fighter.
I wasn't her, I was just off balance.
Just reiterate, she whooped her at age 17. Later on, she whooped her, you know.
When I was 17 years old,
you know, so
6 years later, we had a rematch from my very first fight. And in my first fight, she gave me 2 8 counts. I was off balance though. And then in the rematch, I gave her 2 8 counts and won. So.
And she was tough. She was tough. She was rough.
Definitely, and right now you look like you're unbeatable.
Well, you know, to be honest, anybody in this world is beatable. But she's going to train to be unbeatable, because her trainer and dad, Juan Wild West, is going to make sure she trains to be invincible.
There's always someone out there trying to get you and trying to take what you have and want to be better than you. And there's always going to be that one person out there that has that attitude. That's why you always have to be 3 steps ahead of the rest.
Yeah, and you know, me and Kaliesha, we talk about this all the time. You know, I have her on a schedule, not to just be world champion and not just to be good, but to end up great. Something in history that's going down in history as great.
She's already great, right? We just need to prove it to the world, right?
Right. They ain't never seen a little, you know, a fight.
Maybe 10 seconds of television in the United States might make a whole bit of difference.
Definitely.
Definitely.
The difference between a hero and a nobody is press coverage, right?
Right. Nobody knows who this superstar really is. And when she hit the national television networks, you know, then everybody's going to
One day, you know, women's boxing setting it off with the 2012 Olympics. It's just still new. I'm living through an era where women's boxing is just up on the rise. So I'm pretty much living through history. And I realize that and recognize it. Yeah, and it'll be talked about years later. But
the good thing about it is you're one of still the younger up-and-comers. You know, you're already world champion, but you're still young, you know? How old are you right now? 22? 23?
Just turned 23. Ako si Kaliesha West. Check out my Twitter. Mabuhay. Ako si Kaliesha West. Check out my Twitter at KWildWildWest or my Facebook /KWildWildWest.
The champ is here!
The champ is here! Kaliesha West, Kaliesha Wild Wild West, Bantamweight World Champion.
Rumble,
here on dSource.
There you go.